Postal 3 is a satirical third-person shooter which posits a rather profound and merciless take on morality and American identity. It features the Postal Dude, a hapless man-baby everyman who just wants some gas, and so he ends up bouncing between abusive, insane jobs, working for brutally brain-dead, miserly, and manipulative bosses. Never once is he paid for his efforts. Over the course of the narrative, everyone and everything around him descends into delirium, and he can either choose to go postal alongside it, or maintain his sanity and focus on escaping this nightmare. The game is deliberately provocative, unpleasant to play, and relentlessly crass, but those are all instruments of its tone and themes. Postal 3 not only details the suffering of a frightening, hateful, lonely world, but makes that suffering interactive. It is deeply precious to me. The game was infamously buggy on release, and even through multiple official and fan-made patch efforts, it's incredibly unstable and immensely unpleasant to actually play. I think this makes the game better, personally. The ironically titled Town of Catharsis promises what it can never deliver, to both the Postal Dude and to us as players. In Postal 2, you're playing a pretty straightforward and reasonably polished FPS, where you can utilize skilled movement and creativity to work your way around, or straight through, countless violent encounters, aided by some additional goodies you find in the open world. But in Postal 3, there's no such luck. It's just agonizing arena battle after agonizing arena battle, with inflated enemy counts, half-functioning weaponry, and no escape from the tedium or terrible glitches. It's through this forced, insufferable linearity that Postal 3 truly shines. By making you confront its bugginess and bloated combat encounters head-on, it offers a much deeper test of your patience and moral character than its predecessor. Sure, both games can be completed non-lethally, but 3 demands a proper, saintly level of patience. It's easy to be merciful when you've got an open map, optional combat, and functional mechanics, but how about encounters where you have to pacify everyone, where even your non-lethal weapons sometimes bug out and count as kills, and your health regenerates super slowly? I have a close friend who played through Postal 2 fairly easily and never really felt the urge to murder, but then they went mad and started shooting people on the tutorial stage of Postal 3 through sheer frustration at its jankiness. If that isn't befitting the Postal name, then nothing is. So yeah, you get the idea. Postal 3's messily implemented mechanics and a downright hostile design are actually assets to its thematic goals. But those thematic goals are served just as well by the storytelling on display. This game has a lot of cutscenes and places its narrative at the forefront of the experience. You're just a guy looking for gas, but as detailed prior, every system in this city is working against you. You wind up embroiled in an idiotic apocalyptic conspiracy despite your unassuming end goal. Basically, Catharsis feels like Silent Hill. It confronts and challenges the worst aspects of the Postal Dude's character, straining your patience and capacity for self-reflection. Whether you make it out alive and what ending you receive is dependent on your strength of will. Speaking of the Postal Dude's character, it's undergone a considerably contentious makeover. In the prior game, he was a cynical, bitter man in a loveless and hateful world. In Postal 3, he's a moronic, horny man-baby goofball. He's impatient, clownish, and juvenile. Nary a scene goes by without him pining for sex or indulging in some basal hedonistic urge. But I think there's a twisted dignity to his behaviors. He finds entertainment in everything around him, and he tackles every task with a heart full of humor. It's easy to interpret his antics as some kind of arrested development, but I choose to believe it's a deliberate response to his chaotic surroundings. Similar to Postal 2 Dude's misanthropic cynicism and Postal 4 Dude's chilled-out stoicism, Postal 3 Dude's buffoonery is a barrier against the world's hateful intentions. The same sort of barrier that can lead to a psychotic break if you're not careful. In case it wasn't clear, I love Postal 3. It's changed how I think about games and challenged my perception of self. If I have one complaint, it's that people keep trying to fix it. Removing the DRM was a no-brainer, and I'm glad they did, but adding all these crash fixes and a region-exclusive pre-order weapon and making the segues faster and rebalancing the gunplay? No, none of that. Just love Postal 3 as it is, or don't love it at all. It's a beautiful mess.